Good evening. Welcome back to Stationeers. Gonna go back to Brutality on Venus. So we got our mining outpost up and running. So I was thinking the next step might actually be to get some automated fuel production going. So I might actually make some Larry. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I could reuse my Larry code, but I might just take the highlights. I kind of broke the system when I was doing way too many things. So I'm going to have one chip, one Larry. I think that is reasonable.
Cognition low.
It's probably why my nitrogen isn't really getting up there, but that's all right. Oh, yeah, so if we are to make some Larry, then we're probably going to need to make some Hastelloy. Maybe I should even fix the greenhouse air at some point. So, what I had in mind is eventually I actually need to pop these windows out, too. Yes. Larry. Mr. Larry. So, hydroponics. And eventually I might want to try doing some of these different docks just for the fun of it because they're available. But the hydroponics is what we're interested in. And that will, comes from the kit, which requires some Hastelloy. Now, I don't have any Hastelloy made. Hello. There we go. But to make it, I need lots of silver, nickel, cobalt. So, I think no, I'm not pulling any silver in with the new outpost. So, this stuff I would have to get by hand. So we would need silver. Whoops, that's not silver. That's not the formula. Ag times 2. Ni times 1 and Co times 1. Now this is a super alloy, so I'm thinking that I need 20, 10, 10 total. If I remember correctly for my recipe. I want to have the furnace make it and test that. So let's start by looking up. This is silver. Silver. So I need 12 more stacks of that. Let's see, this is lead. No, this is nickel. Nickel, we're good. Cobalt, we need more. So it looks like we're going to have a mining trip on our hands today for that. And for location, I was thinking about placing it under the boardwalk. Under the atmospheric room. And the thought that I had there was that the atmospherics room is pretty, well, I mean, if I'm going to be making alcohol, then I'm going to be filtering it basically straight to here. And I'm basically making my gas from here. So this is kind of neat. So this will always come down to, I think I got it set to like 25. Yeah. So this will always be 25 degrees Celsius. So it will actually cool the room and get over pressure, get pulled out. So I'm actually doing a air conditioner here in a way. So then I expand it out and pull it off. There's actually a lot of carbon dioxide in there. Are my filters not working? No, these are working. You're 10, you're 10. Okay. Interesting that I have so much carbon dioxide built up in here and it's increasing. Oh, I guess it's holding about steady. nitrogen's a little on the low side. Not in here though. That's good. So I'm actually struggling more with carbon dioxide at this point. But yeah. So anyway, I thought about having it underneath, and maybe I will do something. I don't know. Have a second stair here or something. I don't know. I have yet to figure out what exactly I want to do. But that could be where I was thinking about doing it. And I wanted to do a little bit more vertical building instead of just horizontal, because spice it up. But yeah, so if I'm going to do that, then I'm probably going to make a run and get some stuff done for that. Now, yeah, I think I've got everything else. It's 15. Well, I don't really need all that much asteroid, so I can make it by hand if I really wanted to, but I want to try out my furnace and make sure it works. There is one other thing that I need to figure out with the furnace. Is steel. Now, steel can be both an input and an output, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that. So, that is a thing. And I think I pulled somebody down for making some money with. But let's go. I got the suit with me already. Let's go on a mining trip. So, yeah, let's pop this open. Not that. There. AC on. 2. Maybe jumping the gun on that. Whoa. So we are looking primarily for silver and cobalt. Nickel's good. So we want cobalt, we want silver. Luckily, there's a boatload of that all around. Now, I actually have to put these in 2 separate bags, now that I think about it, and process them separately. Otherwise, I'm going to have a huge combustion in my degassing furnace, and that would be bad. So I've got to separate these out. So there's a lot of silver. Let's do this without pile driving myself, and then dig out the rest. And this won't take long because silver comes in huge chunks. Now, I think I said I needed 12, but I'll get a fair amount here. I mean, there's one pile already. I need to get out of the hole. Let me out. Am I climbing the mountain? I think I might be digging into the mountain. Yeah, I was digging into the mountain. Okay. Coal. Oh, there's some cobalt. Cobalt will take a little bit, but I've only got 5 of those. I need 10 total, so I just need another 5. The next mining outpost that I am going to put up on the Venusian surface is going to have, I believe, cobalt and silver, maybe even silicon. I'm trying to remember. It's on my notes on a different page here. That's why I can't pull it out of my butt right this moment. But, of course, it's one of those kind of limited. You only need so much at some point. So, some nearby cobalt. Grab some more. So yeah, I'll run this all through. One of these is volatiles. think it's cobalt that's got the volatiles. I could look that up, but I'm not going to right now while I'm mining. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Okay. Alright. So we're just kind of running in a random direction. I do have the tracker with me. Plus, I get far enough away, I'll probably be able to see my beacon through the mountain. Coal, nickel. More nickel. Okay, iron, coal. I think this is silver. Yep. Okay. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. In this case, silver and coal. Silver and coal. Fill up my bag. Alright, hang on. This is going to be the silver backpack. Oh, and there's some cobalt right up here. Let me up here. Not much of a cobalt pocket, but there's nothing. And it looks like this would be enough. Yep, there's base. More silver? Or is that silicon? That's actually silicon. Yeah, you want? I'll grab it. Not really gonna hurt to grab it. Although I think, yeah, I'm getting silicon out of the out of the mining post that I just made, but it's only at like a 0.2 rate, so that's all right. I'll get there. Okay. All right. More coal. This is Coal Mountain. And gold. Copper. Silicon. You can tell by the configuration. Sure. Whoa. Hey, I can see again. Oh, there's a big hole here. There's a big hole here. Oh, God. Okay. Copper. Copper technically wouldn't be a bad idea. Silicon. Silicon. Lead, copper, silicon. My goodness, lots of silicon over here. Silicon again. Copper. Cobalt. Not much cobalt, but a little bit of cobalt. Which I've already got enough cobalt. May actually have enough silver as well, but I want to hit another good vein of it. Just to be sure. I am going to need a boatload of iron as well, so maybe it would be prudent to grab some of that while we're here. So if that's the case, this is volatiles. This is volatile, so yeah. Okay, let's keep that there. Put everything over there. If I get any gold, I'm not putting it in with the silver, because that would also create a mix. Oh, I missed a nugget. I missed a nugget. How dare I miss a nugget? One lonely nugget. Did I? Yeah, I did. I did throw my partial stack in there. Iron. Because each hydroponics tray is 10 iron, so let's just say that I wanted 50 trays. That's a whole stack of iron. So, whole 10 ore, 10 stacks of ore. So let's get it. There's some stuff further down that I could grab too. Oh, there's some ore. This I can throw in pretty guilt-free with the silver. So this is actually going to fill my bag. So let's put that in there, put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. So these bags have to be processed separately and give the furnace time to blow off some of the NOS in particular is the one I'm worried about. Because I don't mind the furnace heating up a little bit, but I don't want it getting to the point where it can smelt anything above lead. So it means it has to be below 600 Kelvin. Because at that point, gold, silver, and copper all smelt. Cobalt over there I don't need. Actually, really surprised I haven't found another pocket of silver. It always seemed to be when I was out looking for silicon, that's what I would always find because they're similar enough in oh god. Oh. Don't need to crash down the mountain. More silicon. Goodness gracious. I mean, it's cool and all, but gee whiz. This also makes it heck on trying to drive the rovers through here. Should have used a brain there. Do I have one of those? No, I don't know if I really do or not. But I'm definitely going to have enough iron. Oh, that's... Gimme, gimme. There we are. Okay, one more patch of silver. That's what I'm looking for. And my goodness, my arms are sweaty. My the back porch here is very, very toasty. Nice toasty 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, there's glittery things in that mountain, but I almost want to say that that's gold, not silver. Lots of gold over here. Not so much on the silver front. Lead. Oh, man. Tricked me again. I just want one pocket of silver. More silicon. Come on, climb them out. Silicon configuration. Or cobalt. Don't need cobalt. Okay, let's run along the ridge here. Maybe I'll get lucky. That's silicon. Silicon gold. Wrapped around pretty good. More cobalt. Ooh, what's that? Finally found some silver. There we go. This is the last patch of silver that I wanted. Of course there's another one right over there. Yep. About par for the course. About par for the course. Well, I guess we'll dig that too. Silver goes into this one. Happy. Did I do some gold mining and left a big hole? I mean, that's kind of a ridiculous question to be asking. The more important question is, how did I leave a big chunk of it? That's the question. Alright, we got back. Turn that off. Eventually I'll do a little terraforming out here, make it a little nicer. Let's take a look, see what this guy wants. See about making it for him. He wants gas! Oh, food package. Tomato soup, corn soup, bread loaf, muffin, maybe? I do have that written down. Oh, and box of chocolates. Okay, yeah, you're pulling in the carbon dioxide. Which we need a bunch of that, so that's perfect. Silver, silver. That's full. Let's pull some of this out. Run inside right here. There we go. Throwing it in that way, trying to break up the silver a little bit. At least till the end. Maybe I'll... something like that. There's that one. And then over here, I don't think this is really a big concern, but I'll mix it up anyway. Just in case. Just in case. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. And we'll start with this and that. This and that. And we'll go ahead and plop our suit in here so it can charge and empty out. And all that fun stuff will run to the degasser. So all of our, except for oxygen, all of our gases are off. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up, and hopefully we don't get too hot here. Temperature's actually going down, so that's good. See the NOS filter is on, so we are shooting NOS out here. I didn't pick up any oxygen, so we should be pretty good, pretty safe to not combust. And I don't know how much NOS is remaining in the furnace. That's my biggest concern. We are extracting some. We'll let this go. I'm going to set this here because it needs to be processed. What's in here? Logic. Ah, yes. PLC motherboard. Okay, so that, once that's done processing, should get us all we need to for making the Hasselblad. Which we'll come back and check on that. Now the next thing is we're going to need a whole fair amount of frames and whatnot. So let's... Do I have this? Ooh, yeah, okay, so let me grab a paint can. And what's a good neutral color? Let's, you know, let's do black. Let's grab the gun, actually, and then throw the black can in there. We'll do that. So what I want to do is kind of do a quick computation with this and see just how many applications or frames we need. If I wanted to make a room, I hesitate to make it as big as this room, but you know, for an industrial growth space, it could be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wow. Okay. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. All right. That's, so we're going to actually go out one more, 16. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 by 10. Okay. Right. There we go. And I need to do this anyway. So this is the framework of the room. I'll have to repaint these tanks and stuff. No big whoop dog. So it'd be 16 times 10 is what we will have for a layout. Okay. Alright, perfect. So 16 by 10. So for the floor alone, it means I need 160 frames. If I have that 2 units, well, 2 units tall, so we're going to have a wall that's 16 by 2. So we'll have 64 and then 40. So we need a total of 264 frames. Now that's a lot of frames. And those all have to be double welded. So that's going to be a couple sheets here. So let's start getting our frames, steel frames. I'm going to start by printing 150. You know what? Let's just make it a 240. 240. And start loading up with steel. I have enough to do 54 frames. Does anybody else have any steel? Yeah. Guess what we need to go make? Steel. At some point, I want to get rid of this ordering system. Let's call for this. Call for that. Oop, we're heating, so this is cooling down, which is good. That means we're not getting too much in here. What I'm gonna do is, if I do that, well, yeah, okay, there we go. Put that in there. Yeah, at this point, the way as slow as it's moving, I don't know if I'm actually going to have a problem. What we have 0.81, yeah. See, I hesitate because I don't think we'll really have all that much in there. I've actually got a lot of pressure of CO2 in there. Good to know. We're still processing. Good. Still processing. Probably, you know, I didn't even check anything, but yeah, okay. I gotta wait for iron. Oh. We run out of power. We done run out of power. How? How am I possibly running out of power? I guess I need to do an inventory on just how much I'm cranking. I'm almost out of charcoal, so I'm going to have to come up with a system for that. Did I leave the stupid... No, that's off. Okay. Just have to see what the problem is. don't have the configuration tablet, so I'm not going to be able to make that determination right now. But this will get us started. Take a look at this. That battery bank's completely dead. Okay, so we don't have any battery banks that aren't full up, so, I mean, that's good. At the same time, it's bad. Well, I guess to be fair, I am processing here. Yeah. I am processing here, so. This is 1 kilowatt running full power, so I guess technically speaking, I want to put at least like 3 solar panels up. Oh, we got a storm coming though. That's good. That's good news. We've got a storm incoming. It's like 10 minutes out. I'm reading my pixelated sideways numbers properly. Okay, go. Yep, almost 10 minutes out. So that's good to know. All right. Yeah, you ran out. Okay, this should be... Yep. Good. Got it. Get it? Got it. Got it. Okay. We have received the requested item. Okay. So this batch of steel is pretty much going to be almost exclusively for the frames. Fair amount of iron. Okay, what's in here? Ah, cladding. That needs to go back into the rover. That needs to go back in the rover. You, come out here. Yep, there we go. Shoots, right. And then steel sheets. So we will need 528 steel sheets just for the room alone. So that'll print off 250 a couple of times. Are we still processing, or are we done? Looks like we actually went through that, so let's take a look and see what we got here. I'm going to take 1 stack of cobalt, throw it in. See where the temperature goes. It is climbing, but I don't think it's climbing that far. Still 177. Ooh, up to 178. wish I could read the furnace temp. That actually looks like it's significantly hot. If I had to guess, that is significantly hot.
Hunger, caution.
Isn't there a way I can use one of these monitors and have a gas? Probably not off of a furnace. Well, let's eat, drink, and be merry. So I guess the next question is, should I add like an additional row of solar or two? That might not be a bad idea, because I did add a little bit of base load. Okay, cocoa seeds. I do have cocoa plants growing. Strawberries, wheat, rice, tomatoes. I turned on my water, my thingy over here again. I'm gonna brain fart. My shower. There we go. It's called the shower. Alright, there we go. Okay, that's good. I'll fix that eventually. Okay. I need a power, like a power station. And eventually I'd like to get all this cooling out of here, because having it inside the base is kind of annoying, or at least in its own room. That'd be nice. I mean, I guess technically speaking it is kind of in its own room. But whatever. Future plans, maybe. I don't know. Okay, ooh, what are we doing in here? 16% CO2 in the base. That would be an extremely toxic level, but that's it's good for our greenhouse here. Good. Good. Okay, so we got... Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I could start digging, but concern I have is... I shouldn't really be concerned. I'll put a floor door in or something. Floor door, get a some kind of, yeah. So we're climbing in temperature. This is, I think it's cooling down. So, and like I said, this has to stay below 600 Kelvin. So it might be okay. Oh, hang on. Huh. It would have to get above, like, well, let's just see. See if that comes out a bar or an ingot. That came out an ingot, or not an ingot, an ore. So that's good. I think that takes 800. So, I don't know, we might be okay to play around here. Jeez. Eventually I get it. I'll try this. See what comes out. So we're gonna throw stuff in, cool it down, then throw cobalt in, potentially heat it back up, but then I want to see what the other one does. Okay, that came out an ore. Here's cobalt. It is getting hot in there, we can see. So there's a lot of volatile still in there. So let's see what we get out of here. It was still an ore. Maybe it's more of a pressure thing. That was still an ore. Okay. Try it again. Well, that's always going to come out an ore. It's not happy. Oh, we're smelting. Okay, so that was iron. Yep. Okay, so we just smelted some iron. And it's combusting. Making a lot of pressure in there. So we can't quite do that yet. So it's got to pull the pressure out. Which I thought... I guess it's only a 10 liter. Yeah. Oh well. Whatever. Technically speaking, I could probably smelt the other stuff, but we've got a storm. That's good. And free iron. Okay. So, yeah. So solar panel. I think these are just regular solar panels, actually. So, gold, copper, steel. Iron, yeah, it's actually going to come out of here. Gold and copper, and another thing of steel would, yeah. Another thing of steel would be, yeah. Probably have it. So I need 9 here. We're there. Coal, 3 there. Almost don't have the coal. That's a point. Okay. Steel is requested. Already spat everything out. Okay. Still feel like something's not quite right with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, to be fair, this is almost, yeah, well, I guess it's always been almost 0. Get your pressure out of there. So I can't be completely carefree with that degasser. Now, a thought would be that I split them off a little bit so that only certain gases get mixed in certain furnaces. Specifically, if I took like NOS, put it in its own degasser, and volatiles in its own degasser, and everything else could run off another one. It's a thought. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and say that we received the item. That, of course, will be over here. So this is great. This is working flawless, which is great. Okay. So we're we're going to need a fair amount here. I'll just throw that in there preemptively. Because I don't know exactly how much we need for... Because I haven't done the math. Oh, I guess if we need 264... yeah. 264 at 2 grams each, I think, is what the frames are. So that's 500 and 628. 628 steel total. So yeah, we'll probably have to throw more in there. How are you doing here? So we've got a 150, 180. 2 more stacks. Then we print off the remainder. Okay, that's going. We've got our... yeah. Oh, kit door, right? Start with that. Can airlock and I can vent. Yeah. I can airlock and I can vent. That's no problem. Okay. Let's start. Yeah, let's start there. I actually need iron sheets for that door that I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start digging a little. Close this off. Do everything in here. We should be good. So I'm going to put this on just in case. I shouldn't have a problem with the heat. Okay. 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 Oh, that's actually pretty neat. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Close that. Okay, so that's the edge. So here is where the back wall is. Shouldn't really have a problem with digging anywhere. That'll make a problem. Put the one in the corner first, because that's going to be our trouble. Okay. Gonna run on steel sheets, which is alright. We know we're gonna run on steel sheets. We can start getting the frame built up. Oh. Rats. Okay, so this should be pretty pure. Yeah, okay. So there's no leaks here. I should have brought a ladder. So I'm going to have to wait for this to... Oh. Okay. Alright, so that's fine. Do that. Let's go ahead and close that, just for sakes. Okay. Alright, so we're good there. We can put the iron sheets up. We're going to take the ladder with us so we can actually get up. Okay, and then we only wanted another 30 sheets. 30 frames, rather. So we'll just go ahead and crank that out. And then with the sheets... Holy sheet! We want... What did I say? 500 something? So we're going to start off with 250. Should take 120. Okay, we are definitely going to need more. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's go 10. And crank this open. Let's get the solar panels going. Solar panel 10. Crank this out. Now we can go back to the sheets. And 250. Right. And yep, we're printing off. That'll be good. Got the glass actually with us. Heavy cable. I don't think that's going to be enough heavy cable, but it's a start. Lights. I really need to do some lights in different places. We got a little bit of that. Okay. Portables connector, gas umbilicals, atmospherics. Speaking of which, empty backpack in there. Good. Spray gun, done with that. I'm hesitant to that anywhere. Just in case I need it. Yeah, no, I think I'm okay there. Want some steel sheets. Want some steel sheets. Why is this light so bright in here? I also did some expeditions with my rover, so I could have hit the battery kind of hard, recharging its batteries. So that's always a possibility. So come on, spit out all these frames, dog. Why am I being called up for that? Okay, there we go. Pull the lever. So we can, you go here. That's what I want. Got these printing off. It'll take a little bit. That's fine. I really thinking I should put a loader into these. It'd almost be fun. So if I know I'm going to make a boatload of pipes and whatnot, maybe I'd shove a box in there. It is a thought. It is a thought. Next generation. The stacker loader stacker. Yeah, I want one stack of sheets. I want one stack of sheets. That's gonna take a little while, isn't it? Okay, what else are we gonna need? Let's go check on the furnace, see if it's cooled down or cooled the jets, man. So I could probably process everything except for the cobalt. Okay, the pressure's down. Quite frankly, let's just see if they come out. Oh, that's not green light, so that's good. That'll come out. Yep, that's an ore. That's also going to come out an ore, so that's good. I could theoretically throw all this through. And that'll process it. Temperature's going up just because the pressure's increasing in there and pushing it more out. More of it out, I should say. So, after this... what's the temp? We still have a leeway of over 100 Kelvin. The pressure is what's concerning. I don't actually have a way of, you know, I guess I do have a way of expelling some carbon dioxide of this loop. I do have a way. Oh, we have some liquid NOS. Not very much, but we got some. Pressure's still climbing, so... Alright, so we're going to leave the cobalt sitting here for a while in hopes that that actually cools down. Oh, anyway, the reason I did that is because I wanted to see... We do not have enough iron, which is a good thing I grabbed that iron that I did, to make a stack of iron ingots. There we go. That's the spirit. That's what I wanted. Alright, so I go back in the hole. Put the lotions on the skin. I really like that. That's actually pretty cool. It's the first time using one of these. It's gonna suck me in. Okay, and guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a ladder there. Aha. Now I don't have to jetpack out all the time. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our thingy here. Alrighty. Let's do this. Pop this out, and we're going to weld up. Now, I'm only wearing my suit just to be safe. Practice safe mining. Just in case I happen to open up a hole to the Venus atmosphere. That'll give me time to not die, cook my lungs. So I'm gonna jog over to the other corner and start there. Now there is a section over here. Okay. Alright. I was worried that it might possibly be a problem. But so far, it looks pretty good. I got all the frames, so that's not a problem. I can drop those in place. If I can stand still long enough. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull out another stack of frames. And we'll do that. Alright, so we got that. Let's pull out the mining drill and... Oop, I left it. Did I leave it on, or is that just reflex now that I hit both buttons and turn it on as soon as I grab it? I don't know. Okay. There we go. Fan, kick on. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. I think we're in good hands. I don't think I'm going to get into any ginormous death pockets because I don't believe that I've deliberately mined underneath the base. The only exception would be out in front of the landing... Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Landing pad. But looks like we're good. We're good. Now. Yeah, we probably should do this. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, let's do it this way. Some gold in this hill. Get a little gold out of this. That's not a bad deal. So I wonder how far we'll get. I wonder how far we'll get. I already dug across the room? That's pretty impressive. Kinda have a hard time believing that. Wow, yeah, okay. It is. Alright, that is the honest to God truth. Okay, let me set flatten here. Go. Go. I'll dig just under the lip. This will allow me to put down the next set of frames without difficulty. Okay. So we will do that. Pop this out. There we go. Dropping the corners in so I can weld them shut. Okay. And don't necessarily need these corner frames, but I have noticed in a couple of instances that they can leak. So, and that wasn't up until the terrain update. So. Alright. Next stack of frames. Okay, and then the next level down is going to be... You know, I may have underestimated this. I think I may have forgotten the third layer when I was figuring out. Whatever. We'll get there eventually. I might have to print off another stack of like 32 frames. Okay. Let's unflatten. Okay, so this is going to be the floor right here. So set back to flatten. There we go. Let's go one more. Okay, this might be a little... This is going to be the floor crease. Just go around and mine the corners out. I guess technically speaking, we could also... temperature's actually getting quite warm in here. I'll have to look at the air composition, see if I hit a pocket. Or if it's just my presence making it all hot and bothered in here. Ooh. Ooh. I feel like I have too much pressure in here, so I think I might be leaking somewhere, actually. I feel like I'm leaking somewhere. We'll find it. It's not the end of the world. Jump up here. Do we have a wind flow? Doesn't look like it, so maybe I just yeah, maybe I just happened to grab the okay. I grabbed the oars and stuff. Yeah, okay, let's just, I guess, do this one. Goodness gracious, stop going in there. Yeah. One wall at a time. Now, the first 250 should be printed off. Oh, hang on. Nope, 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 nope. Definitely not. Definitely not. I've got to weld that in first. That's right. Okay, that's done. We can go here. There we go. Get the corners welded in. That's the important part. That is the important part. The rest of it's kind of icing on the cake. Okay. And already welded in. Alright, good. Okay, so we've got the walls completely framed in. Sweaty! And back to here. Let's see, we are set to flatten, so let's flatten. Okay. Making sure the edges are what they need to be, and then we'll go back through the center and get that cleared away. The Adventures of Mole Man. The next expansion, I would like to go vertically, but go up. So instead of going down vertically, go up vertically. Then we can have like a sunroom. Of course, it'll be extra heat load on the base, but you know, whatever. To the point, resource-wise, it's not too difficult to do that. Okay, so it looks like we are good to just start cleaning everything out here. Slow down a little bit. Yeah, that's not very good. Maybe I just run straight. Maybe that worked better. I feel like it works better if I run straight through. Change it up and go this direction. Let's see if I can go just a little bit farther. Yeah, so I think I will have Larry and have him try to... Whoops. Yeah. So let's go through a shredder into a... Shredder into a stacker, for sure. And then into a centrifuge array, I do believe would be the call. That way, we'll probably have it set up like it is outside, where based on demand. So it'll flow to the end and run as few as required for the amount of reagents that are out there. And then maybe do the same thing with the fermenter. Same kind of theories, have it based on whatever the load is. Of course, that'll kind of be dependent. Centrifuge is going to drop like 400 biomass. So I have to be able to hold at least 4 stacks in a single centrifuge, in my opinion. And then go from there. So, yeah, there might be a lot going on in this room. So, like, this is the atmospherics room, underneath the atmospherics room. So we got plenty of room to play with. Plenty and plenty and plenty of room. That's all right. Yeah, I wonder if... No, I was going to say the jetpack that I dumped in here, but I don't think was that much. Shouldn't have affected the temperature this badly. And the temperature's still going up, so I don't know if that has to do with the just air pockets, potentially, or
Hunger caution.
my drill maybe is causing that much chaos in here. I have a hard time believing it's that much, but yeah, whatever. There's quite a bit of pressure in here too, which is kind of surprising. There's some gold. More gold in them hills. All right. We are almost done passing back and forth. Grab a... Yeah. Start grabbing sheets. Might have to go mine for gold or iron. Lots and lots and lots of iron. And coal. I need some coal too, because yeah. Might be prudent to put those solar panels out too to support the base load of the centrifuges. And not just the centrifuges, the loaders and unloaders and stackers and sorters that I installed. That's, I think, 3 sorters and a stacker, so that's 200 watts of power. So we're looking at 1,300 watts of base load that I basically added to the system when I brought that centrifuging array online. So that might be why our power kind of dipped out. So we must have been like right on the edge of being okay before. Of course, when the ACs are running full tilt because I'm making water, that's also a problem. So I do want to get another Silent-all loop going on and see if I can eliminate that last stage of ACs. That would save a whole crap load of power because I got like 28 of those suckers out there. Go. I think we're looking pretty good around here. Feel like that looks weird, but okay. All right. So if I frame up that bottom part. Oh, okay. A little bit of hydrochloric acid in here. Actually shouldn't be too bad. I will... Okay, whew. I will preserve by using the airlock. This can blow this way, but it can't go the other way. Hey. I'll throw that in there. We will actually go through the airlock like we're supposed to. Why am I having there it is. Okay. Alright, so we're good here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this off because we're hungry. We'll eat, drink, and be merry. Eat, drink, be merry. Possibly take a little break here. I need to go do a chore and probably should fill up my water cup since it's about as hot as Vulcan in my room here. Oh, this isn't going to feed us, is it? Not fully. Close. Close, but not fully. Alright. Okay, so let's go over here. We can blow this. It's no problem. And print off another 250 of these. Which it's not going to get there because... Oops. No, 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 no. Really? Gee whiz. Okay. We have a start. I said 250, right? Where did I... Swear I said 250. Oh, right, I already grabbed a stack. That's right. Okay. So we do have the solar panels there, so I could actually kick the steel out of here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. There we go. And that will get us what we need for this. So we need 600 something. I'll just print off 750. So that's 375 steel. Which we got that. We got that. I don't know if we've got enough. Well, we could print off a little bit. Copper's a little low. We'll take a look and see if we have a little bit of copper. But we'll print off a stack of heavy cable. Do that, and that'll be good for that project. Let's go ahead and see if there's enough copper over here. If there's enough copper, 26, yeah, there's more than enough copper, so we'll go ahead and print off a copper ingot. Copper ingot. Go, paste. Alright, do that. That's supposed to be closed. SDB silo buffer. Huh. That is supposed to be closed while we're outputting stuff. Okay. $500 Kelvin. We are... Oh, actually, we might be hitting the point where it starts cooling it. Actually, the temperature's going down. Nope, temperature's going back up. Unless I misread that, which is an entire possibility. Okay, so... Okie dokie. So, I'm going to take a quick break and do the things that I need to do, and... got some wind coming in, so that's always fun. Alright, I'm going to take a break, so everybody feel welcome to do the same. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Looks like this is processed, so we can go ahead and pull out the copper. Oop, one moment. Let's see if that's a little better. Microphone got too close to my face. Okay, we got that. Now this is at the upper edge of acceptable. It sounds like it's beaming off. So, yeah. So silver, well, I don't know. Boom! Not seriously, no. Yeah. We can get the project started with this. We can get the project started. No, we're not doing it that way. Alright. We are not doing it that way. We are going to do it the correct way. Of course, I think the part that's kind of most irritating about this... Oh, this is going to... I got to be careful about doing this. Is I shouldn't be having hydrochloric acid in here because this is high pressure relative to low pressure. It should be going that way, so there should be no flow this direction. But, you know. Ah! There. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this party started. Welding montage. Yeah, changed my mind about that. Let's put the floor in. What do you know? Not enough sheets. Hey, but we got those printing off. But we can go here. Alright. Close that off. Now the next question that I have is, should I just go ahead and use the power vent to suck this out? I mean, it's very infinitesimal hydrochloric acid. Now, I may as well let these rooms equalize. Yeah, we're condensing. We're condensing the hydrochloric acid. We should have another 250 sheets printed off, and we'll just print off another 250, I think. I think that'll do it. We can run this way. We can bypass the airlocks. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I losing my mind? Did I maybe wait around for an extra? Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. Sheets, steel sheets. We'll print off another 250 because we can. Because we must. Okay. So we got more sheets. Do we just go back to it? Yeah, hell. Should probably grab more ladders. I'm gonna take this one with me. I don't use that one that much. Oh. Yeah, then there's this thought. So, yeah, I don't use this ladder, and guess what? Just took away the ladder that I would need to use. Oh well. Oh well. Do that. And I'll just keep the atmosphere in here. Getting it. Getting it equalizing. So back to the welding, and hopefully I got enough sheets. But we'll see.
Let's just stay. It's a beautiful, wonderful day. We rode our bikes down broken streets. We chased the sun.
Okay, that's it for the floor.
The day was great, we made it
Let's go
shine.
ahead and
You were mine, you were mine. The world outside can fall apart. I don't care, as long as I can have your heart. 'Cause you had mine. Don't forget what's beneath the concrete. There's a wonderful world beneath the concrete. We can
okay, I
dance
think that's
all
everything.
night.
Looks like we're good.
Flowers will bloom and cover the streets.
Almost killed an entire nuclear battery. But let's go through and pull that out of there. And set default. Let's get rid of that flat. And just clean up the walls here. Power wash the walls with a mining drill.
We rode our bikes down broken streets. We chased the sun. The day was great, we made it shine. You were mine. The world outside can fall apart.
No ant. Ant on the leg. Okay, so pretty good. Getting little fart clouds of hydrochloric acid. Actually kind of funny. Must be... I don't even know. You know what? Actually. Can I do that? Ah, yeah. There. I don't even use jetpack this way. So... I mean, we got a very sizable amount of hydrochloric acid. That's... kind of concerning. Okay. Actually kind of wondering why there's so much. Well, for one thing here though, I will shut off this pressure regulator here. And I feel like I should go ahead and... I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move that power vent in here and suck the air out of the Atmo room. And then reintroduce it via the other methods. But I think we start with this. Wrench. Hand drill. Okay. Go throw that down. I've already got all the plumbing and electrical ready for it. And then I think, yeah, we'll start it and then think about how I want to get downstairs. There we are. There's that. Do we start with a screwdriver and kit? Yep. And then welding torch with the 4 plastic sheets. Bam. Set inward. Set on. Vacuum. This room will now become a vacuum before your eyes. Ah. We'll go ahead and shut that off just for sanity's sake. Over here we've got a... Oh yeah, the air conditioner for that. So, kind of thinking... Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because I've got trying to get each station set up. So we've got... Yeah. I don't know. Should I put an air conditioner in front of each station for whatever amount I want that gas to be at? I don't know. And then there's this guy who's kind of out of place. I don't know. Cold oxygen. Of course, the pollutant is... It's not really liquefying out. Actually, I don't even have condensation. Well, take that back. It's going to condense into over here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. There we go, we're evaporating. There we go. Alright, I'll let that run, clean this room out. So we've got the room all plotted out. Let's go eat and drink. Eat, drink? No. What's the next thing we need to do? What's our cooling here? 32.4, 32.5, 32.5. 32.5 to 33, so we are... That's probably the furnace kicking the load. So we're going to go ahead and stuff sheets over here. So I didn't need this many sheets. They will get used, so it's not like they're a waste. There's that. Hydroponics. Okay, let's see. Frames. Wall. Do I have regular wall? Regular wall. Regular wall. Composite wall. Composite window, 200 kPa. Outside is 200 and... Trying to remember what the pressure is outside. What windows am I using? Huh. Which... jeez, I don't know. I'm gonna grab the wall. We got some frames. I've got some sheets. Glass sheets. I may need more glass sheets, which, hey, look, I've got some glass sheets there. So that's good. Plastic sheets, plastic sheets, plastic sheets. There we go. Alright, good. I do not need iron sheets. Sam, I am. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab all that so we can go ahead and put more solar panels up. Potentially. I have to figure out what no, actually, swap out the waste tank real quick. Run my face into the wall. Okay, AC on. Let's go see what type of windows that I have out there. What pressures we're dealing with. Okay, 236. So yeah, so if these are just regular composites, that could be a problem. Are these padded windows? Okay, that's what it is. They're padded. All right. 6, 12. I only have 10. Yeah, I could come one more over, which might be all right. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Put a walkway around, and this doesn't have to be fully constructed. This is, after all, just a walkway. Now these will have to be fully sealed. Oh, 10. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll put 5 down. That'll be another boon. Okay. And 1 frame. Is there one lucky frame over here that feels it needs to be welded up? Just 1 lucky frame. Come on. Yeah, I probably need to stop dumping my atmosphere into that pipe, because I'm running out of space in the pipe. I need padded walls anyway. Run over here. I'm gonna blow the airlock. turn off. I mean, there's not much left. But, yeah. Why aren't these things... These things should be moving like crazy. Alright, we're dropping. That's good. We're dropping. Although, quite frankly, at this point, there's like nothing left. I don't have any overpressure systems either. But I think it's just the waste pipe making noise, but that runs through the entire base. Oh, I evaporated all my alcohol off. Really have any Tylenol left, so yeah, it's just this noisy pipes. Yeah, I almost feel like I could turn that back on. Well, I take that back. It's going up quite a bit. Well, alright. We stopped that particular problem. We stopped that particular problem. Is that our heat low? I think it's my water pipes. Not my water pipes, my coolant pipes. Alright, so yeah, so we definitely need to move some alcohol. Yeah. Let's move some alcohol. My goodness! Yeah, definitely the right call. Getting there. We need flour, so let's go ahead and make some flour. Eventually, I'll remember how to do it. Go. Grinding my flour away. Thank you. Alright, I would like a loaf of bread, please. One loaf of bread coming right up. Let's go ahead and... make some oil too. There we go. Eat, drink, and be merry. So that's good. Eat, drink, be merry. Sure. We'll go ahead and take a shower. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Padded walls. That's what we want. There's only 2 padded walls left, so let's go ahead and print off a stack of those, I guess. Padded walls. Those require steel and silicon. I'll just steel. We can do that. And then stairs or stairwell? Let's do a stairwell. Because there's a lot of fun that can be had there. And we'll stack that to 5. Okay. What we're doing over here. Still kind of bouncing off that limit, but I'm kind of curious. Got almost no NOS here, so if I pull a chunk of cobalt out, what's this do? Gets hot again. I don't think we're gonna get a void around it. Ooh. Ooh, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. I forgot about the pressure. Forgot about the pressure. Okay, pressure's not going up. That's good. So that's okay. Okay, it's kind of going up, but not much. All right, all right. It was over 10 of that. Over 10 of that. And then, what was the other? Oh, oh, no, we needed 20 silver, right? We got the 20 silver, got the 10 cobalt, 10 nickel. Okay, so we should actually be able to make a hastaloy, so we're going to try it. Hastaloy. Silver, nickel, cobalt. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna see if it works or if something blows up. We are calling for hastaloy. Okay. Hopefully that... Shit! Okay, so I have to review the code for that. For sure. So it's supposed to shut the silo. Actually, the funny thing is do that, and then there, we'll do that. Why won't you go? Okay, I don't understand why that wasn't going there. Hopefully that doesn't smell. Doesn't? Cool. Alright, let's drop that there and pick up all the silver. So, all of it. Okay, so we are mostly flawless. Okay. Alright, that's full. It's supposed to be processing. There we go, it is processing. Everything is out of that. Oh, right, because that chute's supposed to be off. It's not this opens and closes, that chute comes off. Or at least that's what's supposed to happen. I don't know if that's actually been happening. Hmm. Yep, I gotta work on this sorter to accept lead ingots as well. Oh, okay. We are now pressure checking. That's good. I'll check pressure, then I'll check temperature. I forget where Hastelloy has to be. Hastelloy, 27. Okay, green range. Bam. I think that's pumping in. Good. We got Hastelloy over here. Yay! We got Hastelloy with minimal headache. So I've got to work on my buffer problem. Other than that, we're good. And Hastelloy was for the Larry. And Larry, I believe, came from the pipe bender. Electronics printer. Okay. There's that. Alright, grab this, go outside. Steel sheets. Let's grab another stack of steel sheets. Grab another... It's cladding. Empty box. I don't have any frames, huh? Well, I guess that means we probably should print off some more frames. Oh, right. I wanted to print off 5 of those. Frames, steel frames. Let's go ahead and make 60. It's 120. Okay. Not quite that many. Let's just go do 30. Did I make 3 or 5? I may have made 5. Yeah, I made 5. That's alright. Or did I make 10? Who knows? Who knows with me? You never know what you get. Life's like a box of chocolates. Alright. We'll see if that's one more. One less. 3 more. 3 dash. I expect to see a green light. Green light. Okay. Now we'll pull out the frames. Now this is for the other project. What do we got? We've got front pass-through, we've got back pass-through, we've got no doors, we've got front left, we've got front right, back left. Yeah. There's some fun to be had, and then frame below for support. Okay. Front left, front right. Oh, right. Okay. It's kind of neat. We'll see how that looks. Might be a little excessive for what we're doing, but alright, that's 10 frames. 10 frames. Good. Good enough for the girls I go with. Alright. Let's go get that solar tracking online. So I will go, oh yeah, one more out. Okay. These are all set up. Oop. Alright, and we're going to set this up so this is basically the final one that'll come this way. It can go out further. That's not a problem. This direction is no more. Okay, these are data port on the left. Okay. Okay, padded wall. padded window. To the wall, to the wall. Okay. And plastic sheets first. Okay. All right. Okay. We are plasticized. Now, window. From above might not be a problem. Okay. Or do I want to just kind of leave it in place? Yeah, alright. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave most of that intact. I'm just going to... It might be a little inefficient. But I'm going to pull... There we go. So now this can pull. All right. And I only have room for a few here. So this is a walkway. Put that away. Whoa! I might have to, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and lay these down. Start up there. Okay. Ah! Fine. We're gonna go this way. Okay. Okay. There we are. And we will do same thing here. Let it expand out in the one direction, but not this way. I don't think these are going to get any closer to the windmills, but whatever. Drop all the cabling now, then we don't have to worry about it later when we go to add a few more panels. And where's the line come up? It comes up here. And we'll do that. Okay. Solar panel. Alright. Do that. There we go. Yes. That's in Interesting. Okay, we're gonna wait on that. Pull this out. Can I sneak in there? Well, if they're tilted, I can. Oh god. Not a good place to be, really. Okay. That looks good. Plastic sheets. Alright. Glass sheets. Get in there. Okay. Alright. Padded wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Do what we did with the other one, and we're just going to leave a sacrificial window line in here. I'm going to crack this one and go to town. There we are. So that's an extra 10 panels, so that should be an extra... Oh, we'll go ahead and say like 5 kilowatts to the base load. So that should be marvelous. Okay. I think we're good. I think we are good. See how we're doing over here. Oh, we're down. Are we out of power or are we down? It looks like we're actually down. Except for the last one. So it's probably... It could potentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in queue. But this one no longer has it. So that reduced the load. So that's good. So we got iron, gold, copper, coal, and silicon. So that's awesome. That should have processed back through. So let's go ahead and platform our way down. Go ahead and cycle that, but I want to go in here. What are we doing for pressure? You know what? Let's go ahead and cycle this. Okay. Did a little heat exchange, so. What I want to get this fuel production up and running eventually, and then I want to start playing with the different combustion items. So combustion deep miner, combustion centrifuge, gas fuel generator, just for funsies, to see how that goes. So oh, we got iron. Got enough iron to do a stack of iron. Let's see, coal. We did get a couple coal in there, so we can do some steel. So that's good. Excellent. Our deep miner output has something. And let's see, of course, we got the silver. Right? Yep. Silicon. Cool. This is still pulling in, adjusting the temperature as needed. Cool. Volatiles. The volatiles are on. The NOS is off. The volatiles are on. Well, I did just run a bunch of cobalt through there, so that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. Okay, cycle. We'll blow the airlock because we don't need it. I want to write customized code for an airlock that has like a push button and cycle it between, but also have it like do an automatic if the atmosphere on the same on either side is similar, you know, then go ahead and do a pass through. If it's outside of living temperatures on one side or outside of comfortable living temperatures, maybe lockdown. If it's polluted on one side, that sort of thing. So that means I need 3 gas sensor, one on the outside, one on the internal, external, inside, and 2 vents and the doors. It's going to be a deal. It'll be fun, but it's going to be a deal. Now, here's the other remaining frames. Let's go ahead and throw the rest of the padded wall there. Go ahead and grab that, top that off. What's in here? It's empty. Let's go drop that off. Don't need to be carrying that around anymore. Excellent. Excelente. And then we've got our, of course, that. This just kind of, I don't need these anymore. So let's go ahead and switch these around. Do. Okay, stairwell, because that's going to go into the other room. Top that off. That's already topped off. Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and head over that way. We can blow the airlock going this way, but we don't want to go the other way with it. So 10 kilopascals. What's the pressure in here? Oh, 21. Okay, we are back down. So we can go back to filling this up with our polluted atmosphere. Which actually shouldn't be too bad. What? A little weird. Yeah, 1%. I mean, I think we'd be okay breathing it. Especially at that low percentage, and if we, yeah. Ooh, I saw something. None of that. I don't think there's any more of those floating around. But we'll keep an eye peeled for those. Okay. So, what do we want to do? Yeah. We'll see. So we're going to go ahead and let that run for a little while because we've got 34 Pascal, 23, 46, 41. It's kind of all over the map, actually, if we're being honest. Where are we going to a complete vacuum here soon? Over here. We might just be about there. Now, as far as a ladder going up and down the stairwell, let's see how much. Okay, this takes 3. So we could have... I could pull 3 back here. Do I want to do it this way? Let's just take a look. Front right, front left. No doors. Back pass through. Oh, that's kind of neat. Front pass through. I kind of like that idea. Yeah. Okay, what does no doors look like? That's kind of what I'm curious about. What do no doors look like? Steel frames. Oh, steel frames. And then screwdriver. And then steel sheet. Okay. So, how would you... Okay, so there's a top platform. Okay, so you could make a... This would be like a staircase, stairwell. Okay. 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 All right, so we'll... Well, if we're going to do that, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and pop this open. And then we'll grind this out. So we'll start with a... Well, this will definitely be a no doors. Oh, requires a frame. Wonder if you can stack these. So we're gonna have... We're gonna see if having one below it counts as a frame. That would be interesting. So this will be front pass through. Yeah, let's do front, then zigzag, then back over. Okay, yeah, so front pass through. Does it count? Does it count? Oh, good, it does. No doors, so that'll be this way. And then also no doors? Yeah, no doors would make sense. Because... Yeah. Because, yeah, you're not... Alright. Would you... There we are. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Screwdriver. And then steel sheets. How would you... I'm trying to think how you would make that safe, for one. That's a interesting thing. This will be fun, though. Something I never played with before, the stairwell. And then we'll do this. And we could put all sorts of fun stuff in there. Boom, boom. boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's make sure this says something like room 56. Okay, so we may want to put a door. Yeah, how do you avoid that? That's what I'm wondering about. Just for funsies, does it actually say anything in here? Stairwell, stairwell rail. What about rail? Maybe you could railing. I don't know if you could do like half block railing or anything like that. I'm falling. I'm stuck. I am stuck in the crack. Yeah, okay. Yep, that's going to be a problem. Well, I got to figure that out. But, in the meantime, we can, oh, this is, well. And is that a wrench or a crowbar? Hand drill, hand drill. I can deal with a hand drill. That, pull up. Pull up. Okay. Drop a frame. Drop frame. There we go. Looking good. Let's check our corners over here. 0 Pascal. We're good. We still have some very, very minimal. I don't see any nasties, so I might start reintroducing the atmosphere. Yeah, no nasties left, so that's good. Okay. Alright. Cool. So we got that. We're good. Go ahead and turn this off. We can go here and press that button. And then we go over here to this button. And then we go over here and face our fears. There we go. Okay, and that should equalize, pretty much equalize the base. Cool. Put the ladder back. Excellent. Okay. Very good. I'll figure out how I want to bring pipes into that room. That's another story. Or maybe I don't. That's always a possibility. Nuclear battery for the welder needs to be replaced. There we go. Suit battery's fine. Is there anything else to... Yeah, you're fine. Okay. We're good. We're good there. Perfect. So we've got the room ready. Oh, I'm gonna flop that in there for now. Okay. Drop a ladder in here. We will deal with the particulars of the design choices that I had later. Locker table kits. Yeah, we'll put that there. Okay, door. We can throw that there. Iron sheet to go with the rest of them. And there's that. Okay. Goody, goody, goody. One. There we go. Alright. Cool. So, we definitely need more steel. Should we consider going and filling up a box or two of backpacks? Yeah, I probably should run out to the outpost and gather all the goodies. I'm going to make more steel, though. Eventually, I would like to have an actual order system. Maybe that's something we can work on here eventually, but we will call up the steel. Oh God, please. All right, well. Not quite. Not quite. So we've got to debug that. So let me put this on the list of to-do list. Debug
Hunger caution.
furnace input. And hopefully I'll remember what that means when I come to it. Which hopefully isn't too far down the road. But yeah, it's supposed to shut this valve. Then it's supposed to toggle these and set the quantity to 0, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. All that fun stuff. I could possibly throw this faster, but I don't necessarily want to goof it up. Well, the good thing is I haven't hooked that into the feedback system, so. But yep, definitely gotta work on that. Yeah. What got lost? I'm assuming a chunk of iron got lost. Because there's a green light up there. There should not be a green light. What are we gonna make? Yeah, iron. Yeah. Okay, chunk of iron did get lost. Okay, so if we're gonna do that, quantity 1, can I... Did that actually work? Wow. Okay. Steel. Oh, I did make a chunk of steel. Oh, yeah, I did make a chunk of steel. Dum, 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 dum. That's what I literally just ordered. Imagine that. Okay. So, it's still better than it was, but there are some issues. Like anything else. Okay, I'm going to throw that there. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for now. And iron... Heck, I don't know. Okay. So frames. Let's order up frames, because we do need frames. They're already there. Let's go ahead and just print up 60. Don't need really that much, but it's a start. Okay. If I take these with me, then yeah. Let's eat, drink, and be merry, and then consider running out to the mining outpost. And if all I'm doing is just grabbing backpacks, it shouldn't be a problem. And hopefully I didn't like do something stupid like leave the silo open and I shat out all my backpacks into storms. Which seems like something I would do. But eventually I've got to revisit that, and I have to do some power saving code. In the event that the silo fills up, which seems rather unlikely, but that being said, I would probably enjoy the ability to...
Oxygen low.
That's interesting. I would probably enjoy the ability to have it go into power save mode instead of... No, I don't know how much power it would use. Whatever. So this is where I would load up backpacks, and this is where it should spit them out after it's been emptied. Open this up. Check here. I got some backpacks here, that's good. Large cardboard box. And that is, if I remember right, yep, the cladding. No, my goodness, that is a heavy box, apparently. And what do we have here? Got icy housing and sorter stuff. So that stuff doesn't need to go there. I'm assuming these are probably empty. So we'll get in, turn that on, turn the lights on. Alrighty, let's go on an adventure. It ought to be about time for daylight to kick in. But we do know that we can head up this way. Head up this way and then take a left. And then I kind of forget from there. But eventually, maybe I'll have highways. Highway on Venus. Yeah. Okay. Wow, I've 503 days since I've died. Did I overshoot it? Oh, hey, I did kind of overshoot it. There we go. All right. Oh, goody. Do I take? Oh, I take a left. Take a left again. All right, that's good. That was a very well-timed sunrise. That was almost cinematic. Now, this one is a little... Yeah. This one seems like it needs a little bit of work. We got it. Got it good. Okay. Gonna go straight ahead, bounce all over hell. And then, okay, so this is the problem. I don't have a tower here. So do I take another left? Or do I take a right? That's maybe an excellent point. Okay, so let's jump out here. I don't have the tracker. That is not good. Okay, that is not good. Not good. Okay, so... I feel like a left is in order. Not good that I don't have the tracker. Okay. Good thing is I usually don't have too big of a difficulty navigating. So. Okay, I am not seeing anything over here. So I'm thinking that maybe a right turn was worthwhile. I'm going to peek up over this lip, see if I see any signs. I do not see a tower or anything, so, yep. Oh, I have cut through there. That's not where we're cutting. Alright. So, it's good to know that there is one tower there that definitely needs to be placed. Because do I climb up there? Could be a possibility that I'm supposed to actually climb up there. But if I remember my general heading before, I was actually supposed to go at like 10 degrees. So going over this way around the hill would be better. If I run out of... Yeah, so there's that tower, so I'm going to try going this way. If I don't see any sight of it, I will return to base and grab the tracker. Because, yeah, I gotta make sure that I can get to my location without getting lost. We've come too far to get lost on Venus. Granted, I think what would probably kill me would be dehydration, stuff like that. Wouldn't actually be air. Oh, Lord. Okay, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. There's a carved out mountain right there. No tower, but it's pretty carved out. Okay, I am going to... Okay, there's a sulfur flat. You know what? I think that's potentially my base right up there. Definitely is something I carved out. I'm not seeing a tower though. Wow, this is a very steep hill. Okay. All right, let's jump out. Oh, there it is. I don't know if that's where it is, but there's a tower over there. Yeah, okay. I'm... gonna head back. Yeah, it's irritating. Alright, so I guess we're probably not going to get out to the mining outpost today. Because some dimwit kind of lost track of the road. Of course, I didn't have my towers planted. So there's at least one tower that needs to be placed. At least one. Yeah, there's a mountain that I've gone over. Oh, crikey. Losing daylight. Not good. Not good at all. this point. I'm just trying to get... Oh, there's a tower. There's a tower. Okay, this should be the one returning me back to base. Yep. Okay. All right. Oh, that could be fun. Just had a very neat idea. Pretty wasteful, but neat ideas. Like having lights embedded into the walls with, and have them flash in a particular order. Like a 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. It'd be kind of fun. 012 heading back towards base. Okay, so, yep. So we need to carry the tracker with us. Maybe I should put in a, like an emergency, some dummy forgot his toolkit bag in here. Might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea at all. Bonk. Let's back up a little bit. Okay, just go ahead and turn it off. Yeah, those wireless batteries are kind of a waste. Thought they might be kind of handy to have. Maybe if I was just driving around the base itself, but if I'm doing something a little bit more than that, that's problematic. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot to harvest the straw. Yeah. Let's go do that because I need more alcohol. Need more alcohol. So we'll do that. Well, that's probably what we'll do for the night. So yeah, didn't get into fuel production, but we did get the room at least framed and cleansed. So we're somewhere there. We're somewhere there. So we will throw this there. We'll throw that there, and we will throw that there. We don't need that. Yeah, none of this actually helps us, I guess. So let's go pick our seeds. And then load up on the switchgrass. Okay, let's go ahead and dump that in there. Go. Got that a-going. Our cocoa is looking pretty happy. Who else? Technically the wheat could actually make for pretty good... it's interesting. Wheat could make a pretty good yield. So that's 150 to go on to the next stage. That hot? 57 degrees. we're making a bunch of noise. That's fine. That is fine. We'll get that solved for tomorrow. So I think tomorrow I want to get out to the outpost and grab the ores so that the centrifuges are doing something useful for us. And then I would like to start laying out some auto switchgrass and Larry and that sort of thing. Get that going. So we can so we can get on to making different fuel mixes, which currently basically all we're going to be doing is the ooh, you know what, I just had a thought. I could make NOS pretty easily, but it would be very minimalist. Because there is nitrogen in Venus's atmosphere, so it's a free resource except for the power, and with enough solar panels, that's pretty negligible all in one. So yeah, and maybe even put a power indicator to say what kind of power level we have left in our batteries. So that'd probably be pretty good. Plus minus, and maybe finding some sun and all. So I think we're gonna call her there for the night. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching,
Combustion low.
and we will
Temperature low.
catch you next time.